It was a grey afternoon, and soft rain was falling on the streets and waterways of Venice, as two friends made their way slowly towards the Piazza San Marco.
Well, I'll have to start at the beginning. Antonio, you know only too well how much money I've spent in recent years, far more than I can afford. How foolish I've been. I can't blame anyone but myself for this. But now, my main concern is to pay back everything I've borrowed. Low the most to you, Antonio. And because we are such good friends, I feel I must explain to you exactly how I hope to get clear of all my debts.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road feels rough and the miles on miles.
Go on, my dear Bassanio, and if your plan is honorable, as I know you yourself are, then you can be sure that I help you in every possible way. Just tell me what you need.
You are very kind, but I must tell you the worst at once. You see, I'm completely unable to pay what I owe you now. And, well, this seems an awful lot to ask, but if you would trust me, and lend me even more, I feel sure I could manage to pay you back, and pay the previous debt too.
But why are you explaining all this to me? You know me well enough to be sure that I helped you. Just say what you want me to do, and I'll do it.
Very well, then. In Belmont, not far away from Venice, there is a lady whose name is Portia. She has a large fortune, and she is beautiful, very beautiful. But most importantly, she has every excellent quality known to men. When I first met her, she looked at me in a way that gave me hope. But you see, the whole world has heard of her, and men and rich nobles from every country came for us for her hand in marriage. If I had the money to compete with them, I feel sure I could win her love.
Money, money, must be funny in the rich man's world. Money, 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 must be funny in the rich man's world. All the things I could do if I had a little money in the rich man's world.
I'll pay whatever is necessary, so that you can go to Belmont and try your luck with the beautiful Portia.
In a richly furnished room in a large house in Belmont, a lady of great beauty was lying on a seat.
I tell you, Nerissa, I have to confess, I sometimes feel quite tired about life.
Sure you've had enough of this life. Well,
She was speaking to her pretty maid who was sitting at her feet. Nerissa was extremely fond of her mistress and understood her feelings very well, but she was a cheerful person herself with plenty of common sense, and sometimes the lords and ladies she served made her just a little impatient.
Sweet madam, you'll certainly be tired of life if you had as much misery as you have good fortune, but I sometimes think that people who are too wealthy become as miserable as those who have nothing. So the happiest people are the ones like me, in the middle, neither rich nor poor.
Sensible thoughts, and well expressed.
Advice is only any good if it's taken, madam. I certainly would ever get tired or depressed, and if my lady had any sense, she'd realize how lucky she is.
Well, it's easy to know the right thing to do. It's much harder to actually do it. If it was always easy to do the right thing, then the world would be a much better place. Oh, Nerissa!
What, my lady?
we have to go make things so complicated. I see you when you're acting like somebody else gets deep frustrated. Lifetime thinks you.
Thinking like this doesn't help me to choose a husband. What a word, choose. I'm not allowed to choose a man I like, nor refuse when I dislike. The wishes of a living daughter are not as important as the will of a dead father. Don't you think it's hard, Nerissa, that I can neither choose nor refuse a husband?
Your father was a good man, and when good men are close to death, they often have good ideas. It's an unusual contest, certainly, but I'm sure the man who chooses correctly will be someone you can love. But what do you think about any of the princes or lords that come have here from all over the world? What about the Prince of Naples?
No.
Count Palatine?
No.
What about the French Lord Monsieur Le Bon?
No.
English Lord Falconbridge?
No.
Scottish Lord?
No.
My answer is no, my sign is no, my number is no. You need to let it go, you need to let it go, you need to let it go. I to the no, no, no. My answer is no, my sign is no, my number is no. You need to let it go, you need to let it go, you need to let it go. I to the no, no, no.
They know that if they fail, they must swear to live here at once and never ask another woman to marry them. And they have decided not to take that risk. They all plan to live unless your honey marriage can be won in one way or another. But do you remember when your father was alive, a young man from Venice came here?
Yes. Now, what was his name? Bassanio, wasn't it?
Yes, that was the name. And I swear that of all the men I've ever seen, he was the one who most deserves a lady like you.